people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet. To me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.
I said this, and I will never stop saying this. The most unselfish man in the history of a sport owns the record of the most selfish stat in said sport. LeBron Ramon James, born December 30th to one Gloria James, is your all-time NBA scorer, and he's better than Michael Jordan. That's it. I'm not looking for no rebuttals. It is life. Deal with it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prideful Takes podcast. It is your boy Pride, here to talk shit about your favorite team. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the man I strive to be, John Rivers, a.k.a. Unc. How you feeling, Unc?
I'm feeling great, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling phenomenal, man. I don't know what it was, man, but I woke up Thursday feeling prepared for something, right? Like something was coming, you know what I mean? And then Thursday night, I went to sleep happy. I went to sleep ecstatic. I started drinking, Unc. I was like popping bottles. I was ordering. I'm at home ordering room service. I'm at home. Listen, let's get right into it, man. I thought the Chiefs were going to go 20-0. I thought the Chiefs were going to be phenomenal. They can't even get to 1-0. I'm having my moment because, oh, you don't understand, man. So every Thursday, right before the first game, right, on the Facebook page at Prideful Takes, I put down my predictions for the games, right? Like who I think is going to win or lose. I don't go into detail because I save the detail for the actual show, right? But just the overall thing, I do it just so that way, whatever happens Thursday night, nobody can say, oh, you're just saying it now because you saw what happened. No, I put it before all the games happened, right? And I said the Lions were going to beat the Chiefs, right? And people got mad at me, right? I go to work, and one of the guys I work with, his name's Tamaya, big ups to him. I had a conversation with him, and he agreed with me, right? And I had other people looking at me sideways, right? And I'm like, look here. I said this last year. I think this is the year that you see a little bit of the chink in the armor in the Chiefs. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be under 500. I'm not going to say that they're bums or they're going to be useless or nothing. I do think they'll be second in the division. They'll make the AFC Championship game. I don't think there's a Super Bowl this year, right? I went on saying all that stuff. But I said, respect the Lions. Lo and behold, that boy Jared Goff. Everyone told me he was a bum. Hey. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes. And by the way, before anyone tries to say, well, Kadarius Toney dropped 2 passes. That's adorable. That's fine. Talk about Patrick Mahomes overthrowing the new tight end that he was favoring. Talk about that. Talk about Patrick Mahomes underthrowing, which I never thought I would ever hear me say that about Patrick Mahomes. Because one thing about Patrick Mahomes, he got a cannon. So when I say he underthrew, that sounds weird coming out of my mouth. You know, it sounds very weird. But him underthrowing Sky Moore, I don't like the fact that everybody is looking specifically at the receivers and blaming all of them, but they want to ignore the bad pass from Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he had a couple great scrambles, which, hey, that's I'm not taking that from him. You feel me? But again, let's not act. And by the way, that pick six, I laughed. I've never laughed so hard in my life. I swear to God, I laughed. I really did. Because I was like, imagine this being the first pick six of the NFL season. It goes off his receiver's hands, and then it's like everyone's bobbling for it, and then it was by far hilarious. But I just want to bask in my glory for a minute because I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen, especially after they told me Travis Kelce was going to be out. And mind you, I made my prediction before the Travis Kelce news broke, but as soon as he was out, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. Like everyone is saying that this wide receiver room is bad. They're not. It's not bad. There's just no chemistry. There's no chemistry. That's all it is. I mean, Kadarius Toney sold out, but let's stop acting like Kadarius Toney wasn't there for some crucial plays in the Super Bowl last year.
I seen you was making your points about his throws that you left all them drop passes out. So
No.
I'm just
I
saying.
know. I let off with that. There was one drop pass. I think it was Kadarius Toney. He targeted for the interception. I think it was.
Yes, it was.
And then I know the last one, which that one I will not blame Patrick Mahomes because that one is the only way Patrick Mahomes could have threw that ball better is if he stopped time and kept the ball in his hand and walked it over to Kadarius Toney. That was the only way that could have been an even more accurate ball, and he dropped it. And I'm not going to kill him for that. I'm not killing him for those two. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. I'm not killing Patrick Mahomes for those two drop passes. But again, of those two plays, after that drop pass, Patrick Mahomes still had they still have like a third down opportunity.
Yeah, Detroit played great ball.
Yeah, he dropped two great balls, and I'm with you there. But I'm just saying, for the sake of consistency, I'm not just gonna look at those two plays and go, "Well, Patrick Mahomes
They dropped more than that, really."
Well, I think. Well, here's the thing. I think it was Sky Moore. He's kind of a little undersized, and Patrick Mahomes is trying to throw him some dots up there where he got to jump for it, and it's like you can't do that. Granted, I understand. I mean, you guys don't really know each other in terms of in the flow of the game, right? Because obviously, if Travis Kelce was there, Patrick Mahomes know exactly where to throw it, that positioning, because they got that chemistry, right? But when you're with like a whole bunch of youngsters, you can't just be like, "Oh yeah, F it, I got a whole bunch of Travis Kelce's." Like, no, you don't, right? Like you got guys that let's say for the sake of argument, let's say they're garbage. Let's say I don't believe they are, but let's say for the sake of this argument that they're garbage. Why would you throw them difficult balls to catch? Pause.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at you, you're about 5'9". Why am I going to throw you a jump ball? That's the dumbest thing possible. You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. I mean,
and let me actually say one thing right quick before I hand it off to you. Ironically, defensively, I thought they looked okay. I think there were a couple moments where they looked a little shaky, but I think there's going to be a solid defense. They're going to be on that phone with Chris Jones real fast. Because obviously, I think the corners played great. I think that defensive line, they were looking, I'm not going to say bad, but it was weird. Because last year, the Chiefs led the league in sacks. It was weird. They hardly even touched Jared Goff. Forget a sack. Forget that. They hardly even touched Jared Goff. They're going to be hitting up Chris Jones quick, fast, and in a hurry. Unc, I cede the floor to you.
It's like this for me. First of all, Jared Goff, I got a beef with him because I picked him on my for one of my picks just to gain 3 yards for the whole game. All I need him to do was rush for 3 yards, and it ended up with 2. But hey, whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear nothing about no Jared Goff. I don't want to hear nothing about him. But I will say this. What they're doing is, and this is what I say, and I ain't being funny when I say this. For teams that has always had a losing franchise, there should be no reason why they fire a coach.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? Detroit ain't never been known as a winner for football. You know, they don't have their moments here and there. You know, right. But you stick with a guy like a Dan Campbell because how he feels about the game. Now, since he's been there, he's got his type of players there.
Mm.
So when they went for it on that fourth down, man, I know that's Dan. Yeah, that's how Dan feel. Well, Dan like, man, we don't care. We don't care that we're Arrowhead. We are trying to win.
And here's the thing. Before I let you finish, here's the thing about that. Like, what people don't realize is, I think in his career, like coaching the line, that was his 8th fake punt. Like, he does that. Yeah. Like, I think it was last year he only didn't convert on one of them. But like those fake punts, he does that.
Yeah. Because I mean, we don't care that this is a prime time game. We don't care that we're Arrowhead. We don't care that we're against the defending champs. We are trying to win right now. All the other stuff is what it is. We're trying to win right now. We don't care that if they got the best quarterback over on the other side. We don't care. This is what we're gonna do. And they ran the ball. I heard someone say something about Montgomery. They were like, "Who is he?" I forgot what show I was watching. I don't want to throw him out there, but I forgot what it was. I said, "Well, by saying that, you don't know football."
Mm-hmm.
Montgomery is straight between the tackles back and pull them down the best way you possibly can. And once they seen that we can pass the ball, but we're gonna keep running this ball. And I think if Chris Jones is still out there, they would have did the same thing and got what they got still. I don't know about their pass protection too well, but when it comes to that run, the offensive line did their thing, man. And Detroit came the ball. The defense came the ball. They had we're not scared attitude, and that's what got them to win. And I like games like that. I like games. Don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I had Kansas City to win. Yes, I did. But I also got the Lions to win the North also too. So I mean, I'm really not surprised that they won, and hats off to
them. And just to piggyback on your point about David Montgomery, people, I don't know, man. I don't. My thing was because I know it was basically, in essence, it was between DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery, right? Like they were like, we want to get them, we want to keep DeAndre Swift and get David Montgomery. It's not going to work out though in our favor. So they ended up making a choice. They ended up going with David Montgomery, which I think, and I've been saying this for a while now, David Montgomery is a dog.
Yes,
he is a bona fide dog. I don't care what nobody says. And I know a lot of people just, they don't really want to give him any type of credit like that because, like you said, first of all, they probably don't even know him. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They probably don't really know him like that, right? But it's like, for me, I'm looking at a dude who, like you said, and honestly, what I really liked about when they got him, they were trying to, it didn't work out this game. But they do have what could be a great two-headed monster in that backfield, right? But obviously, let me preface this by saying I understand Jahmyr Gibbs didn't really have the type of game that everyone expected him to have or wanted him to have. But the reality of the situation is he still had, listen, he had 42 yards with 7 touches. Me personally, I don't think that's bad because when he had touches, he did something with them.
He did do that. He did do that.
So that's why, like, when I know a lot of people are like upset and all that stuff, and never mind the fact that he also had 2 receptions for 18 yards. So every time you're seeing him, he's getting low touches, but what is he doing with those touches? That is gonna, like, week 3, week 4, you're gonna start seeing his usage rate have an uptick. Right. As much as I love Montgomery, he's gonna get hurt.
You think so?
I don't like saying it, but I think so, man. I really do. I don't like saying this because I always feel like when I say this, it makes people think that I'm trying to, like, try to say that stuff. But his running style, granted, I will give him this. Look, last year in Chicago, he didn't miss a game. And hats off to him. Hats off to him, right? But people also got to remember the game before that, he kind of he did get nicked here and there. And then the year before that in Chicago, they sat him for a game because they thought he had an injury. Granted, they ended up dodging a bullet and it wasn't nothing serious. But the point remains, like, but again, he's a young guy. Maybe he'll be fine. But you still got 2 young guys in that backfield. Me personally, I think eventually Jahmyr Gibbs is going to start getting more and more touches. Now, I don't think it'll get to a point where he's getting more touches than Montgomery, but I think it'll be a situation where, kind of what you see in Philly, where one guy's going to get 13, another guy's going to get 11. This guy here is going to get 7 or 8. Like, one is going to have more, but it won't be too much more. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, I'm just glad. I really am. Let me make fun of the Chiefs. Let me make fun of them. And by the way, let me have my moment. You don't understand how much I've been waiting for this because everyone keeps telling me Patrick Mahomes is the best. He doesn't need anything. He can make nothing out of nothing. Lo and behold, no, he can't.
You gonna do that for one game, or you gonna do that for at least? Are you gonna spot him at least 10 games to see if he can do something without nothing? You gonna go by one game?
Oh, no. I'm not letting you get away with that. Because we did the same thing to Peyton Manning. We did the same thing to Tom Brady. We've been making fun of Aaron Rodgers for what? Going on 4 years now? We made jokes on Jimmy Garoppolo. I ain't giving Patrick Mahomes that. I ain't giving him no special treatment. If he's that guy, he should understand, who do I got here? Let me make this work. If he's that guy, he should understand, man, Kadarius Toney's out here. Like, he don't look locked in right now. He's not a bum because obviously last year he contributed to us, but he's not locked in here. He's not. I need to have him to relax and take a seat.
So I'm gonna ask you this.
Go ahead.
So are you see, like me, I'm more impressed with what Detroit did instead of what we deemed that Kansas City wasn't able to do.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why they wasn't able to do what they was able to do, it had nothing to do with Kelsey not being there or whatever, however you want to see it, is that Detroit has gotten better. Detroit came to ball. That's what they came to do.
100%. I think Detroit went in there.
And then he was a leading rusher too, man. I mean, think about that. Pat Mahomes was a leading rusher.
Hold on. Then I want that same energy for Josh Allen. When Josh Allen is their leading rusher, I want that same energy for him.
No, I don't have. Look, this is my thing. That's not Josh Allen's fault. My thing with Josh Allen is you just gotta live with a couple of them throws that he gonna throw.
Oh, like Patrick Mahomes did last night?
Yeah.
Thursday night?
But it's a difference though. It's a difference with them two though.
Yeah, you're right. Josh Allen's better.
Yeah, right.
Look,
I'm about to tell you what the difference is. Check this out. This is a difference right here.
Let me hear it.
One person, if he's not careful, he ain't gonna be finishing first place in his division. He's gonna be fighting for a wild card spot if he don't take advantage of opportunities. You have spoken about before. Like we were talking about with basketball, how we felt like the Suns was like, man, what they gonna do? Because they're getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like Chris Paul getting older and a couple more teams getting younger. Now, even though Phoenix, I ain't trying to switch it up, just giving you my example. It's just that you don't know how much time you have. You don't know how much time you have. Just think about the Buffalo Bills back in the day. They went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
I was about to say they 0 for 4. Oh my god!
But see, it ain't about that. It's about the time that they have, and they went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they ain't been back since. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take advantage of your opportunity. If Patrick Mahomes was told he would not be able to play in the NFL no more, his career is better than Josh Allen.
Well, I mean, sure, yeah, because everyone wants to give Patrick Mahomes every MVP, right? Like, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily fair to say he had a better career and act like he's better. That's just me, though. Because I feel like if you put Josh Allen last year on that Chiefs team, they'll win the Super Bowl too.
So you think they'll just switch up?
I think if you switch them, I think you kind of see the similar stuff.
You're going to give Patrick Mahomes better wide receivers because Josh Allen got a better wide receivers.
He's got better wide receivers, but in terms of everything else, it's better because the Bills have a better running back room. They just don't utilize them, but they do got a better running back room when compared to the Chiefs.
Okay,
right?
keep going.
They got a way better offensive line.
Okay, keep going.
Defensive line, I'll give it to the Bills, but it's kind of tricky because if you got a guy like Chris Jones, he does kind of tip the favors a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And then the coaching, I give it to Kansas City.
Yeah, of course. Special
teams,
I got you on that.
Can give it to Kansas City. Coaching,
defensive backs.
Kansas City. I think Kansas City. I think all the round coaching, Kansas City.
So what you just made my point then. The reason why
Well, no, not necessarily, because if you put Patrick Mahomes, I'm gonna explain to you why. Because if you put Patrick Mahomes on the Buffalo Bills, the reality is he no longer has a safety blanket. And
they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
You said what?
They're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes on the Bills?
Yeah.
That's
you just said they got a better running game than Kansas City got. You said they got better O-line than Kansas City. You said you give them the D-line. I said don't forget about the defensive backs. Don't forget about that.
Well, but you know, don't get it twisted. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying
Okay,
this
word.
is
Okay.
because here's what I'm saying. Because the difference between the Bills and the Chiefs is offensively, yes, I think offensively they're a little better. And more specifically, that wide receiver room, right? But the problem is, we've never ever in our entire lives have seen Patrick Mahomes use wide receivers like that ever. The only time he ever really used them was Tyreek Hill, and that's just because Tyreek Hill, the only job he had to do was run. That was the only job he had to do, and you would just gun it. That's it. Other than that, he's always used Travis Kelce, who always ran short routes between 3 to 7 yards, perhaps sometimes 10, depending on the situation, right? Yeah. That was his safety blanket.
Oh, yeah.
If you put him over on Buffalo, he doesn't necessarily have that safety blanket, which is why I think
he's a pretty good tight end. He's a pretty good tight end.
Oh, Dawson, he's good. Travis Kelce is great.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a difference, but
right. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have that safety blanket where you can just you don't got that one dude that's real close, and you go, oh, I know Travis Kelce is always gonna be open no matter what. I can look deep for as long as I want, and if nothing is there, I know for a fact within 7 yards, I can look and I will see this mammoth of a man. No matter if there's 4 dudes on him, I know if I throw him the ball, he will bring it down.
Man, I hope one day you can find in your heart, man, just to realize the same takes that you have on LeBron James, and I just sit there and just listen to it or whatever, and I'd be like, wow, you know. I mean, dude got the right to feel how he feel, but you know, he didn't grow up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I let him slide.
I'm telling you, bro.
You'll sit in Pat, man. You'll sit in Mahomes, man. You'll see what it is.
No, I don't hate Mahomes. I don't hate him.
No, I ain't saying you do. I ain't saying you hate him.
Yeah, people think I hate him, but I don't hate him. I'm just saying I think he has benefited with having a great coach and a great team around him and a great tight end. Now, again, I'm not saying that to take it away from him. I'm just saying if you put a couple other quarterbacks in his position, they would win too.
See, this is what he benefit from the most. He benefit from the most is that he has a coach, and like you said, coaching, but I'm gonna go a little deeper in it, who sees what type of player he is and he caters to who he is instead of saying, no, you're going to stay on the center and this is how we're going to run it like this because this is my offense and this is how we're going to instead of all that nonsense. You see what he brings to the table. Let's cater to his strengths, then try to make it more about our scheme and how we do things around here. You know what I'm saying? So,
true.
I got you though.
No, I mean, because again, to easily prove it, last year, Nathaniel Hackett tried to run Russell Wilson. The difference is Russell Wilson was going along with it, but he tried to run it like he was a pocket quarterback. You're not. The most success you've had was when you established a run game, then ran off of play action, and then used your mobility to move out of the pocket. So now they got to worry about, is he going to run or is he going to throw? Like, that's kind of where he was best at, right? So I'm there with you, you know what I mean? Now, again, I just want to make sure this, like, I'm clear. I'm not saying any of this to take it away from Patrick Mahomes. The only point I'm trying to make is that if you put a lot of other quarterbacks in that situation, they win. Now, I'm not saying if you put like a Jimmy Garoppolo there, they'll win. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like,
now I say who you have in mind.
No, a guy like Josh Allen, like those top guys, right? Like the Josh Allens, Joe Burrows, maybe Justin Herbert, maybe. I do love Herbert, but that's a maybe for me.
But if your case for Patrick Mahomes, and you did say you think Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes, and you got the right to say that. But my thing to you is, if you feel that, and let's just say if Patrick Mahomes just was a struggle this year with the squad he got, what makes you think Josh Allen, with the way he playing, in the situation that he put his defense in at times, that's going to be a better situation for him?
Well, first of all, I said last year, but if you want to talk about this year,
I thought you talking about this year. My bad.
No, I was referring to last year, but this year, and I genuinely believe Josh Allen could probably make a little bit of a better situation, only because, like, and you can ask any quarterback, there is a difference between having your tight end as a number one option and working with your wide receiver room to have one of them be your number one option, and it's kind of like when you see Josh Allen and he throws the ball, he targets everybody, which is kind of why if Stephon Diggs doesn't play, the Bills don't necessarily, their offense doesn't grind to a halt. You see what I'm saying? Now, when Travis Kelce is out, Patrick Mahomes looks different, and it's just because he overly depends on him. Again, not to say that's a bad thing, because if I have a tight end like Travis Kelce, I'm going to depend on Mans every single day of the week. So that's not to say, you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to discredit him, but when you have a situation where you need to have wide receivers and you kind of have to figure out on the fly which one of y'all can handle this pressure, I feel like a quarterback who favors more the wide receiver room could probably make a little bit better of a situation. Now, again, this is me going on the idea that wide receiver room is not terrible. Now, I don't think they're great. I think they're okay. That's what I'm going by. If we're going by, let's say, week 3, week 4, and these wide receiver rooms still look terrible, we're going to have a completely different conversation. But I'm just going by the idea that this wide receiver room is not that bad. Yeah. And quarterbacks who prefer wide receivers love those wide receivers. That's why the Bengals aren't going to go out to try to go draft or get a big name tight end, because Joe Burrow is a wide receiver type of quarterback. You see what I'm saying? That's why when you went outside of that 1 year, when they went and got Randy Moss, this is why that's why in New England when we had Tom Brady, we didn't necessarily always go for those big name guys, because obviously, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name, but we had Aaron Hernandez for a little bit, and then obviously we had Rob Gronkowski, right? And then obviously Tom Brady kind of, well, he was an anomaly because he had both tight ends and wide receivers, but he was able to foster that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So I always feel like a wide receiver or a quarterback that prefers wide receivers can always kind of see, all right, let's figure this out type of thing. You see what I'm saying? That's just the only reason why I think Josh Allen. Granted, people are going to think that's a dumb reason, but I'm telling you, you can tell when a quarterback prefers a tight end over a wide receiver. Yeah. And it's the same thing if your tight end room is iffy. That's why, and again, this is why what's that kid's name? What's that kid's name? It was the tight end for Kansas City. What was that kid's name? The one that just early, played. Man, I forgot. I forgot Buddy's name. But he didn't get that many targets. But there was a lot of times Patrick Mahomes was looking specifically at him. There was multiple times where he's looking at Patrick Mahomes is looking at that kid like, oh man, I want to give him the ball. Why? Because he's just naturally, especially he's been in the league, he's just been a tight end type of guy. Yeah. And again, that doesn't mean he's horrible. That doesn't mean he's dumb. But when you have a guy like Travis Kelce, you become dependent on the tight ends. When you have a great tight end, it's kind of the same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo when he was with the Niners. When you got a guy like George Kittle, when he's healthy, you tend to depend on him a lot.
Yeah, now, the tight ends is everything, man. Hey, right. You see what I'm saying? I take it back. I don't even know if you were born then, but Madden 96, I used to play with Green Bay, and Keith Jackson, he might have like 12 catches for $1.66.
Well, he was the 96 version of the 2K version of Gerald Green, like back earlier. I don't know if you ever played 2K, but man, it was like 14, 15, like 2K14, 2K15. Gerald Green was he was the greatest thing on that game, bro. It was insane. Mans would miss nothing. It was wild, man. But I'm just saying, people are gonna get mad at me. They think I'm nitpicking, and I promise you, I'm not.
You good.
I'm just saying, man, when you have a wide receiver room that people think is sus, only certain quarterbacks can really gel with them. And that's just the quarterbacks that prefer wide receivers. Some people are going to get mad at me, but, big ups to Frankie saying Patriots winning tomorrow for the GOAT. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Tom Brady's coming back for one day. I might shed some tears. And then
Philly, right?
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. Hey, man, if you want to do me a favor, man, just handle the business, man.
I hope so, man. I really hope so.
I don't want to hear hopes, man. Hey, I'm trying to win a division, man.
Nah, we'll sell out. We'll sell out.
Then you hurt yourself.
That's cool. That's cool. Listen, that's cool. We'll get into it in a minute. But we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and the whole Travis thing. Frankie says it's because Travis carries Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I'm not going to say carries, but again, it is very, very nice when you have that tight end that you can depend on 110% of the time. Kind of how Brady was with Gronk. He knows I can depend on this dude. And I can just say F it, and I can fling it. And this man is going to pull that ball down. So I ain't going to say carry. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he agrees with me what I'm saying about quarterbacks who prefer wide receivers. I'm just glad I got someone on my back because I'm not trying to get yelled at later down the road. So, big ups to you, Frankie. Big ups to you.
Dang, my man said Kelsey carries. Dang. Hey, it's like this, man, with this sports thing, man. You're going to hear some stuff that you just got to let it be, man. Kelsey carries. God, dog. So I guess Kelsey throw the ball to himself, huh? Dang.
I want to see if he can do that. No, you don't understand. I want to see one day somebody like they just throw the ball to themselves. I've always wanted to see that in a game. I think it's illegal. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't think you can throw the ball to yourself, but I feel like that'd be mad funny. I feel like that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
So, it is week 1. There's also another big thing. Matt Nagy. He is now the Kansas Chiefs offensive coordinator. I will say this, though. I think as an offensive coordinator, I don't think Matt Nagy is bad. Because we've seen him as an offensive coordinator. Listen, I look at Matt Nagy the same way I look at Josh McDaniels. As an offensive coordinator, hey, you'll take him. It's just when he becomes a head coach where all his talent, all his mind, all his skill, all his ability just goes out the window. That's how I look at Matt Nagy. I think Matt Nagy is just Josh McDaniels, just bald. That's just me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's messed up because you know how the offensive coordinators have the play card, right? So the way
I think what we need to learn to do as viewers is not to put so much into one game, like and not to get off subject, but I was so proud of Colorado last week.
Oh my God.
What?
No, I'm just saying, oh my God, like.
Yeah, okay.
Them at TCU?
I'm about to say, Nip, but I know you be on one sometime. I'm about to say, hey, but check this out. Check this out, though. Like, today, they are 13-0, but it's been a hard 13 to get. They just scored 10 within the last, 3 or 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we can't put just too much into one game. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like to give it between 7 to 9 games to let me know what's going on. You know what I'm saying, with a team. You know,
and I will say this with Colorado, I said this. I knew TCU was going to put up 40 plus on them.
Oh, yeah.
I was just shocked that Colorado was putting up 45. That's what honestly blew my mind. Because I'm like, yo, that type of dedication, that type of gritting your teeth and going, you know what? We're chilling. We're here. We're going to go tit for tat. Only 6 penalties. I thought that was phenomenal. Yeah. You got 4 receivers with 100+ yards. And one of them, I think his name is Travis Hunter. I know his last name is Hunter. I believe his first name is
Travis Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, man decided to play defense and go get himself a pick. So I think Colorado got something very special. Defensively, you can't be giving up 40+. But Lord.
Well, both of their defenses, you know, at that point in time right there anyway, it was all about who was going to make the key stop and who was going to make the key play on offense. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
I mean, like I said, I just try not to put too much into one game unless it's like the greatest show on turf where you know it don't matter who they play. Back. This is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even that undefeated year y'all had, you know what I'm saying? Even something like that, you just know that this is going to take place. There's nothing you can do about it, really. You know what I'm saying? No matter who they playing. So, but right now they are 13 different halftime. But I just think that we need to have more grace week to week, and we need to have more respect for the ones who done it. Josh Allen is a great quarterback. Burrow, he's great, and I know he's feeling extra great with that 275 right now.
Oh yes, sir. He feeling lovely.
Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Lamar. We just need to have a little bit of respect and understand that it's gonna be great games, it's gonna be bad games, it's gonna be good games. And we roll with it like that. I just think sometimes just say some of the craziest stuff just because you got the platform to do it ain't a good idea.
So tomorrow we got some football, and then Monday we're gonna break down every game, give who we got. So tomorrow we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Golly, 8 1 o'clock games.
1
Man, I
o'clock.
can't wait.
Dang.
Yeah, about half. Yeah. Because now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 425 or 430 games essentially. Then
Shoot, how many games we got at 8?
Only one.
I wonder why. Nah, I just play.
Man, stop playing, man. Man, you set me up for it, and like a buffoon, I kept going with it. I'm a fool, man. You got me, yo. You're like a simpleton, Unc. I'm going with you. Like, yeah, why is there only 1 o'clock? I'm a fool.
That's not gonna be an easy game for us too. I just want Cowboy Nation to know that ain't gonna be easy. I need them to understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a realistic Cowboy fan. You know, I'm gonna be like, it's so many people that's upset with me today. I got faith in Trey Lance, but I don't have faith in him right now. I got faith in him 2 years from now.
By the way, I just want to say
so that better play right.
I just want to say one thing right quick before we get into it, because you're talking about Colorado. So while we do the show, right, I stay on Twitter, so that way people say stuff, I can kind of integrate into the show. I just saw a video of Coach Prime, and he's talking to the kids. He's talking to them, and his line is, "Hey, nobody whooping us at the crib." I've never in my life wanted a man to coach me so bad. I suck at football.
Yeah,
but I've never wanted a man. I'm horrible. No. This is on Twitter, Unc. This is on Twitter. They're recording him, and he's looking at them and saying, "Yo, no one," and they're on their field, in the middle of their field. Coach Prime is on their logo, and he's talking about nobody beating us at the crib. That makes me want to ram my. I'm a Colorado fan. Bump it. That's my college team.
When he got the job, I was one.
Woo!
Yeah, man, I've been down.
Man, you don't know, like, but having a coach like that, if I played football, man. If I was good at football.
I'm 44 years old. I'm 44. And like I said, I line up with Coach Prime right now. Now, I don't know how many plays I can give him. You know what I'm saying?
Even if it's just one, it'll be the best play I got.
Just be on the sideline. You know, look, it's all about relatability, man. And that's what I've been trying to tell people this week. You know, I mean, yeah, everybody used to the traditional way of things. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, man, we gotta get out of that traditional way, man. Like that's yesterday. Coach Prime can go in anybody's living room, especially for those that look like us. And he ain't got to sell a dream.
Nope.
We can have relatable stories about our upbringings, and we can have relatable stories about and like the places that we trying to get to in life. He done been there on the biggest of stages. Man played in the World Series, though. Man played in 2 Super Bowls. Come on, man. Man, coach on HBCU. Now he in Division I. What is it that he can't tell us? Man had an album out. Man did an album, dog.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
The man recorded the album.
He can tell me the sky. Swear to God, he can tell me the sky is purple, and I believe him.
It's purple, man. Matter of fact, I'm looking outside right now. You said it's purple.
Yep.
That's what he told you.
That's what he told me. 100%.
That's what it is.
Yo, he got me out here saying the Earth is flat. I ain't questioning him for nothing. Woo! It's crazy. You start lifting off all his entire resume, and I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, honestly, at this point, I would not be shocked if on the low he puts on a mustache and a hat and he teaches physics. At this point, nothing shocks me about this man because I'm pretty sure this man does something else, bro. It's wild, bro. But
it's right, yeah.
Woof. But we got 8 1 o'clock games.
Okay.
We're going to get into all of them. The first one, Bengals, Browns. I think you and I are going to agree this is going to be Bengals, right?
I got the Bengals. What's being played in? Is Bengals on the road?
Yes. Yep, Bengals. Yeah, it's the Bengals at Cleveland, which I don't think makes a difference, respectfully.
If it's close, I think the Bengals got a better defense than Cleveland, but Cleveland's not too shabby. I ain't saying that Cleveland is a top 5 defense or nothing like that, but I like the Bengals because they can spread the field with them. They got Mixon in the back. They just need to line it up and just smash mouth. But I like Chubb too.
I love Chubb.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chubb gets it in. If it's close, I can see Deshaun trying to pull something out of the hat. That wouldn't be a true upset to me if Cleveland was to pull that out by. It'd be an upset that just blew them the hell out. Now it was down. It would be. But if there was a win by a point or two, that wouldn't be too much of an upset to me.
Chubb
In-state rivalry, you know.
I will say this. I do think. I think it depends on what Deshaun Watson we see.
Yeah.
I think if we see Deshaun Watson of a few years back, I think they have a legitimate chance. I think Deshaun Watson does look better than he did last year, but I think the Houston Texans Deshaun Watson, I think he's long gone. So I do think we'll see a better version. Me personally, outside of the running game, which I think Nick Chubb is way better than Joe Mixon. Other than that, I don't see any boo. I don't see any facet of the game outside of running back that the Browns are better than the Bengals. I don't think the quarterback room is better. I don't think the wide receiver. I know for a fact the wide receiver room is not better. Maybe the tight end room maybe can go to the Browns because Njoku's a bad man. Maybe, but even then, that's a hard maybe. I mean, the offensive and defensive line. I think defensive line goes to the Bengals. I think offensive line, it's a toss-up. But it's like a majority of the things go into the favor of the Bengals. And I've always said this. If you have to depend too much on if this guy does that, and if this guy does this, and if this guy can possibly be that. If you're depending on too many ifs and not on not on the resume that you have, it's going to be very difficult for me to pick you. And that's kind of what we have here. Listen, the Browns are hoping Deshaun Watson can be how he was a few years ago. We just saw what Joe Burrow did last year.
Yeah.
Right? You're hoping that the wide receiver room can get it together for the Browns. We've seen what the wide receiver room has been for the Bengals. Right? So it's so for me, it's like, I think it's Bengals. I think it's the Bengals by double digits. I'm thinking at least 14.
Yeah.
Next game.
Like I said, I like the Bengals too. I like them too.
Next game, the Houston Texans at Baltimore. I do like this new culture that the Texans got.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I do like that. I don't want people to try to make it seem like I'm trying to poo-poo on them. However, in this situation, it's a game of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now, I got Ravens over Texans. I think the Texans are still in a rebuilding mode, which is not bad because it seems like they found their quarterback of the future, or potentially. So I think they're kind of, I'm having D'Amico Ryans as the head coach, him starting to build a great thing for them in terms of accountability and all that stuff. I'm with it. So I'm liking it, but they're still not here. I got Baltimore.
I think one thing the Ravens has always been built on, always been known about, has been defense. And I think they're gonna throw some looks at that young man over there and about have him quite out his element. I think it'd be too much. And I think with this new offensive freedom that Lamar's gonna have, with the new weapons that he has also too. And they have a nice running game, including him with it. And I think it's gonna be too much. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 31-zip game. I just wouldn't be surprised. So
it's a shame too, because OBJ's already. I see something that he was already injured. He's already on the injury list. Let me just, yeah. Said there was something wrong with his ankle. But I think that's more of a precautionary thing. By the way, Mike, you're what they do, baby. And yeah, it's a man bun, bro. I gotta go back on Facebook and do another man bun thing, bro, because I'm gonna be on my ish. But I think we both got the Ravens, right? I think we both agree on the Ravens.
Hey man, what was that comment?
Which one? Oh yeah, isn't that section with that man butter what? And I'm not talking about the butter. Whoa! All right.
Hey, tell him. All right, man.
Bet, Frankie. Okay. All right. Yeah. Buy me dinner first.
Appreciate the support, though.
Yes, sir. But we both got the Texans, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. We both got the Ravens over Texans, right?
That's right. Yeah, all day.
All right. Next game, Tampa Bay at Minnesota. I got the Vikings here.
I got Minnesota.
I got Minnesota. I mean, this is not, this is, I don't know. This for me, because I had 2 games where I was like, man, bro, this is as close to a pick 'em as you can get. And for me, this is one of them. Because I could see Baker Mayfield lighting the field up.
Yeah.
I could also see him going for 20 for 47, 192 yards, 3 picks.
Yeah, I can see him going 15 for 31 for 174 yards on the day with a touchdown and like 3 picks. So you just don't know what you're gonna get, is what we're both saying, really. But I can also see him lighting them up now. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, but I take my chance with Captain Kirk. I take my chance with Captain Kirk and Justin Jefferson, the second best wide receiver in the NFL.
I don't think. Oh, Mike Evans about to tank for not getting that new contract. Well, there has been the issues with Mike Evans wanting to get he's wanting to get an extension, and he's kind of a little upset about it. I mean,
he want to get an extension, but they talking about some they don't want to trade him. I mean, you got to do something. I mean, either pay the man or let him go about his way and find somewhere else to get paid. Don't sit there and hold a man hostage.
Which is true. I mean, you might as well just shrug your shoulders and say, all right, it's been real, appreciate it, and move on. I mean, you might as well, because what's the point? What's the point of keeping him if you don't plan on doing nothing with him? There's really no point. So, so it looks like they already announced they're not giving him a contract.
I had seen that. That's what I'm saying. I thought
that was fake. I swear to God, I thought that was fake.
Yeah, I had seen that. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I get a lot of my news from Bleacher Report, man. And I mean, they cool now, man. But
sometimes they be getting caught.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was for me, man. I just think obviously Tampa is in a awkward situation. And I think by week 4 they start trading people. I think eventually they're gonna, the writing's on the wall. Chris Godwin. Be easy, man. We'll find someone for you. Same thing with Mike Evans. Take care, and I think they're gonna start doing that because it's time.
What would you like to see him go?
Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Woo!
What you think about the Giants? What do you think about the Giants?
I wouldn't be mad at the Giants. You know who I honestly think he should go to?
Yeah.
Depends.
The who?
The Chiefs could probably use a clear-cut number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah. From what we seen the other night.
That's what I'm saying. Because remember how I said earlier, if by week 4 this wide receiver room is still looking the same and they're not making no improvements, you're gonna have to make a move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe them. You see what I'm saying? Maybe them. I mean, obviously, when it comes to wide receivers, the last few years, New England's always been one of those top names. So maybe them. Another team I think could potentially be a dark horse, Indy. If you can give Anthony Richardson a veteran while you wait for Michael Pittman to come on up, get Mike. You see what I'm saying? Get you a Mike Evans. I think that's a possibility. You know what I mean? So
don't be surprised this team gets sneaky and get in too. Don't be surprised if Pittsburgh try to just get in, even if it's just for the remainder of this year. Don't be surprised, man.
Now. If Pittsburgh is 2-2 and they lost the 2 games competitively and they feel like they're only a wide receiver away, 110% they would.
Yeah,
110% they would. Because again, it's the same thing like I said with Anthony Richardson. If you want to give Kenny Pickett a veteran that he can depend on, go for it. You know, that'll be very interesting. And like you said, even when we get to the Rams, we'll talk about Cooper Kupp because Cooper Kupp just got put on the IR, which I half expected, but half was like, nah, I think we'll be fine, or he'll be fine. So, but we'll get to that one in a minute. So I had the Vikings over the Bucks. Who'd you have?
Yeah, I got that too.
All right, so far we're agreeing on everything. Now, remember how I said I had two pick'ems? This next one was a pick'em for me. It's the Panthers at the Falcons.
Listen, man. Look, I'm gonna ask you this: do you got Sunday ticket?
Do I have what?
Do you have NFL Sunday ticket?
Yeah.
Well, then you're gonna be all right. Right now, I decided not to get it because Dallas be having a bunch of games on TV anyway. But Fox headline game for 1 o'clock is the San Francisco Pittsburgh game. And for the people like us who don't have it, we have to suffer and fall asleep on the Atlanta and Carolina game.
Text me afterwards. I got something for you for that. Just text me afterwards. But for me, for this game, Frankie says Falcons over Panthers. I got the opposite.
See that?
Me personally, I got the Panthers.
Okay, go ahead.
And the only reason why is I feel like in terms of what they brought in, that makes them better than Atlanta. Because right now, Atlanta is in a situation where they don't know what they're going to do with Desmond Ridder. Because it's too much inconsistency for me what I've seen with Desmond Ridder. So I don't know if I really trust him. And then they're still rocking with the whole Kyle Pitts or bust thing. Yeah, they got Drake London, but at the same time, when they choose to utilize him, it's a little inconsistent. So 1 minute they'll be like, yeah, we like him, but then they go back to the Kyle Pitts or bust thing, and it sucks because Kyle Pitts is getting quadruple team because that's what I mean. That's how they play as. They kind of do that. I think when I'm looking over to the Panthers, I mean, I don't know. I believe Adam Thielen is still playing. I believe. I know there was a little bit of concern with an injury, but I do think he's playing. I hope anyway. And defensively, I think Carolina's better, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so Frankie says that Adam Thielen is questionable. So, I mean, you might as well just rule him out because every single time someone's questionable, they end up not playing. But for me, man, I think right now Carolina has between these two teams, I think Carolina's better. I think they got more weapons. I think defensively they have the better chances of shutting down the Falcons' offense. But that being said, I think this is a pick'em. I really genuinely think this is a pick'em. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I can see it being close because they always play each other tough all the time. I think that Carolina has a better defense, but I think Atlanta, just for what it is, just for what is their team, they have more chemistry on offense. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Pitts out there, you got London, and now you got a running back. Now I forgot his name that quick. I got multiple brain farts today, man. You got to excuse me.
I feel you. But I know who you're talking about. I feel you.
But I just think that with that being established with them, with that group, with the exception of the running back just being there, and they still got Patterson. Patterson is the ultimate tool guy. Like he is the ultimate. Like he's the ultimate. If anyone is MacGyver of football, he's the MacGyver of the NFL. Like for real, it don't matter what position you put him in, what it's gonna be, he gonna succeed there. You want to throw him in the slot, he gonna succeed. Kick return, running back, whatever it is that he needs to be. If he got to play fullback, then he gonna do it, and he gonna be successful at it. So I mean, I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Okay.
20-10.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'm not mad. Like I said, for me personally, I think this is a pick'em. I really do. I'm telling you, man. Like, I really do. So if you got Atlanta, I don't think you're out of pocket for thinking that at all. Because again, like, let's be honest, these are both dog shit teams, respectfully. Yeah. Right. Like they both try. So it's not, like it's kind of like, who's gonna stink less, you know what I mean? So what a guy. What a guy. I just keep seeing stuff on Twitter. Twitter's crazy. Next game, the Cardinals travel to Virginia to play the Washington Commanders. Figure that.
I got Commanders.
You got Commanders. I think I got Commanders too.
Because of that line.
I got Commanders too. Yep.
I got Commanders because of their defensive line.
Yes,
I got
sir.
Commanders because they got better positional players. They got two backs in the backfield. They can take turns kicking your tail. They got the wide receivers. I love the speed of Dotson. I just think what they got what it takes to beat the Cardinals right now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think right now, and granted, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a question because what's his name? The youngster that they got. Man, Chase Young, him. I don't know if he's playing. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, okay, word. Well, I mean, I'm gonna still take their defensive line because they still got Sweat and they still got them two studs in the middle.
Oh, Montez Sweat, yeah. Oh no, they good. So even that just that line, Chase Young just puts them over the top. You know what I mean? He still puts them way over the top.
I'm expecting for Chase to have 10 sacks this season, man. 10 and a half. I spot him 10 and a half as a minimum for me.
But
that's why I said at least.
Crazy. But you're not even crazy for feeling like that, Unc. That's about you're not even crazy for that because this kid is a stud. I'm telling you right now. That kid is a stud.
It's too much raw, true talent right there, though. And I hear animal for real.
So Chase Young is not playing.
Okay.
But he's still practicing. So it's kind of a good it's like a combination of good and bad because he's playing. So that's good that he's like practicing and whatnot. But he says he's not game ready. So bless his heart.
That's cool.
Unc, the next game I want to get into with you. So I'm assuming we both agree here. We both got the Commanders winning, right? Because I believe you did say Commanders.
That's right, Commanders.
All right, cool. The next game, God, man, after this we still got two 1 o'clock games. 1 o'clock will be booming. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Indy to play the Colts. Maybe I'm out of pocket. Maybe I'm crazy. The Jaguars are going to hang 35 a minimum on the Colts, and they're going to blow them out by halftime.
I'm about to pull one of your numbers. Something telling me to go Indy. I don't know why. Something telling me that. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't even been following them. I don't know why.
I even go trip. It's funny you say that because there are some times where I'll look at a game. It's the same reason why it's like in the beginning, it was the same reason why I had the Lions over the Chiefs. In the beginning, when I first said it, and everyone asked me why, it was just, I don't know. Something is just screaming inside of me. Pick this team. We'll figure out a reason later. But just right now, rock with this team. And whatever happens, happens. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
But see, me personally, I'm like you. I think Jacksonville, they'll get them, but something just told me just now, like, nah, go Indy. Now that don't mean that because something's speaking to me that is right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is speaking.
Right.
You know, but I don't know, man. But I mean the logical fit Jacksonville. 35-3, spot them 3 points at least. I mean,
I do think they get like a field goal too. I don't think I think Anthony Richardson has a horrible game. I think people are going to question why he got picked. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're going to go hard on him. I think Anthony Richardson has a rough first year, but I think it's one of those years where he shows you flashes here and there where you can be like, okay, kid's not ready, but he could still perform in the NFL. He just needs more experience for him to get a little more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people are saying he's going to be a bust. I'm not going to go that far. I ain't going to go that far, but I do think he struggles. But like I said, with the struggling, I do think he shows you some flashes where you're like, you know what? He's shown me enough where we could rock with him next year and we could build upon that. Kind of how Trevor Lawrence was his first year with Jacksonville. The first year was kind of a struggle, but he kind of showed you he's got something.
It's something that's there,
yeah, let's put stuff around him and go from there. They gave him a new coach. They gave him some players, and now Sunshine all of a sudden looks phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So are you going with the Colts still?
It's just something told him, but I mean, I know better than just going ahead and ride with Jacksonville. But
Okay.
it's just one of them games. It reminded me of Cam, his first game with Carolina, and how he just had them back-to-back games his rookie year, 400+ yards. Now I'm not saying that Richardson's gonna do that, but it's just something telling me that
he gonna have a great
they
first
may
game.
get the ball out of his hands real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no reason for him to be standing back there just trying to find receivers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's there yet. You know, I don't think the team is there yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who their running back is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Taylor gonna be out, so I mean, I don't know who. I don't know what's what. I don't know too much about them. What they got going on. I know they still got Nelson at where he play right guard or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think so.
The old lineman. He's like one of the best old linemen in the league.
If he's even there.
Or is he a left guard? I don't know what he is. But I know he Quentin. What was I forgot his name?
Nelson. No, Quentin Nelson. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Quentin Nelson. Yeah,
okay, word. I was right. Okay,
cool. No, you got it.
Okay, word. Okay, but yeah, I mean, something just telling me that they may come a little different. See a lot of screenplays being done. You know what I'm saying? Something that'll get the ball out of his hand real fast, where he ain't got to make too many decisions. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Trevor and the boys gonna ride off what they did last year. And I just want to say this too, man. We gotta get us a media passes, man. We gotta get the bowl in next year, man.
Who you telling? I'm trying to figure that joint out, because if we can figure that joint out, oof. By the way, just letting you know, Quentin Nelson. You're right. He's primarily a left guard.
Okay,
but they're kind of using him everywhere on the offensive line due to injuries and pretty much lack of talent everywhere else. So, although he's primarily a left guard, you will see him play center. You will see him play right. You will see him play.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, they put him all over, and he does pretty well all over. So big ups to him. So we both got the Jags. So the 1 o'clock game, the one that you said that everyone else is going to be watching, the 49ers at Pittsburgh. I think the Niners win. I think they win comfortably. I don't think it's a blowout, but I think heading into the middle of the third, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, the game's over. It's pretty much wrapped up, and let's just finish this game.
I like Pittsburgh, man. Look, I know it's unusual, but this is our job to be objective. This is our job, man. Just to be objective, man. I like Pittsburgh, and I like Pittsburgh winning 27-22 at home.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
I know, right? I know.
Well,
that's how I feel every time I hear the introduction of your show. I play, well,
wow. Okay, bet. I'm telling you right now. Man. You and I are gonna have a conversation.
I'm like, wow.
By the end of that conversation, you're gonna agree with me. Watch.
Look, I don't do no more Jordan LeBron conversations, man.
Okay. I see. I would do the same thing if.
But like I said, and just like I tell people all the time, for us who got to see Mike play, it was a great thing to see. But we can't act like Michael Jordan is up here and then the talent just drop all the way down to the floor. You know what I'm saying? For everybody else. I mean,
that's the only thing listen.
We can't do that, man.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll take you serious if you have one. If this needs to be your top three in order for me to take you serious when we're talking about basketball. LeBron, Mike, and Kareem. Whatever three you want to do, I'm willing to have a conversation with you. If you got Kareem as one, I'll disagree with you. But again, it's Kareem, formerly known as Lou Alcindor, who was the GOAT before we met Mike, right? Because Kareem was the GOAT.
Kareem that guy.
Right.
If you talk to my father gonna tell you straight up, Kareem.
And my thing is one of those three guys that needs to be a top three. If that's top 3, I will engage in a conversation. So don't even trip. I just want to make sure,
Oh,
I'll get you to have this conversation with me one day.
Of course.
So I got the Niners. You got the Steelers. Interesting. The last 1 o'clock game, the Titans traveled to New Orleans to play the Saints. And I had the Saints over the Titans.
Yeah, I got the Saints too.
Yeah, for me, it's remember what I said about. I think it was about the Browns. How you're saying if. For me, the only way the Titans can have a chance is if Derrick Henry goes back to how he looked a few years back. I don't think.
Well, I always keep a tough run defense though. They pretty much keep a tough run defense.
And that's always been one thing you can always hang your hat on with the Saints. When it comes to the run, if you get a yard, you earn that yard. You don't get to just, especially with Cam Jordan, like, but you don't get to just run just because you want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, I think the Saints have enough. I think offensively, the Saints are studs. Obviously, I think Alvin Kamara is going to be suspended for, I believe it was 3 games, I believe.
Yeah.
So they're not going to have him for
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I will say this: if there's a time for him to get suspended, hey, just do it now, because right now that's when they're their healthiest. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Michael Thomas is playing.
Yeah.
So you got him. You still got oh my God, the youngster Chris Olave. Love that kid to death, bro. That kid, you don't understand how many times he done bailed me out last year in fantasy. That kid is a stud, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He prime ready.
Yeah, so you got ready. That, and on top of that too, Alvin Kamara's gone, but they picked up Jamal Williams from Detroit last year.
From Detroit, yeah.
So they still got a running back who, okay, yeah, we lost this dude, but
he ain't nothing but a bowling ball.
He
gonna run.
Oh, he gonna run. So that's why I'm like, look, if there's a time for you to get to do this, man, I think it's now, right? Like I said, I think Michael Thomas is gonna be healthy.
That's gonna be big,
right? Like again, if you're gonna have Kamara be suspended, now is the best time, because if Michael Thomas gets hurt, let's say he gets hurt week 3, hey, at least we know next week Kamara's coming back. And we could put Alvin Kamara out there at the wide receiver, because they did that with him last year sometimes. They would line him up at wide receiver, and he could handle that. So now there's going to be moments when Jamal Williams is in the backfield.
That's right.
Alvin is out there. Man, that'll be so. With how I'm looking at this team, and you still got Taysom Hill, I think the creativity you can do with this team, I think it's going to be phenomenal. And they were already creative with Taysom Hill. Imagine now you have another guy who can hold down the running back position of Jamal Williams, and you can put Alvin out there at the wide receiver. Man, I'm telling you, the creativity you can do with this is going to be.
I'm going to tell you what they need to do.
Let me hear it.
All thing they need to do is go back to Cordell Store's rookie year with Pittsburgh and just bite off everything they did with him. Because he did everything. The dude even punted the ball one time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not wrong.
I mean, he did everything, man. Slide outside, he running back, ran some plays, a quarterback, like, and it was effective. And it was effective for him.
It was extremely effective.
Extremely
effective. So I'm with it. I'm what happened? Wait, Nebraska scored again?
Yeah, they got 7, but
I know they had 7, but did they score again? No.
Colorado. Yeah, my man, it was just dropped one in the end zone.
Oh yeah, because they're 3rd and 10 at Nebraska's 12.
Yeah.
Oof.
You want it too? Okay. This game right here has been totally different from last week. Like I think Dan Shador done got set about 4 or 5 times already. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Oh no, he been. But this is what I wanted to see. I want to see how these young kids is gonna be able to handle it.
Oh yeah.
So far they're handling it pretty well. Look beautiful.
I told everybody about Weevil. I didn't know his name because I don't watch every practice that they don't put up on YouTube. I don't watch. Right. And I told my homie, my big bro, I said, check for number 10. Weaver is amazing, man.
Oh my Lord. What a
dog. That's why we gotta go out there, man. We gotta get out there next year, man. Everybody out there right now. I see T.O., Michael Irvin, Stephen A. Shannon out there.
Wu-Tang pulled up.
Yeah, Wu-Tang pulled up. I seen Wu-Tang out there.
Wu-Tang pulled up. I saw that on Twitter. But now, look, oh my, I'm watching this right here, bro. What a dot. Oh man, what a great block by that running back too to buy Shador.
Yeah, he's still yeah.
What a dot by Xavier Weaver. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, next week we're 100%.
Look at that, man.
We'll talk college football. We'll talk
Look at that. That's crazy. That's what's up.
I love it.
I love it too, man. Shoot. Who we on next?
So right now, I think you and I both agreed the Saints are winning, right? Saints over Titans?
Yeah, I got Saints, yeah.
All right. So now we're getting to the 4:30 games. All right, we got 5 4:30 games. Raiders at Broncos. I got Broncos. Did I? Yeah. I got Broncos. Okay, good. Yeah. I want to make
tough one for me right here.
I don't think it's that tough.
It's a tough one for me, man. But because I think Jimmy can build if Denver. I haven't checked. I mean, like, it's so hard to judge by preseason because you don't get to see the first teamers. You know what I'm saying? So too much in there. So that's I don't have nothing to go by, and I hate to go on last year because we're in a whole another year. But if I gotta go by last year, Jimmy can be enough to be.
My Lord. Oh Lord.
Jimmy can be enough, man. I haven't seen nothing, man. I mean, enlighten me, cause this your dark horse team right here.
So
this your team right here, just get a while. No, this your team to win the division. Excuse me, to win the AFC West. That's right. Country. So enlighten me on something.
I will. By the way, from now on, every time the Lions win, Lions country, let's pride. That's what I'm gonna start saying for Lions. So I want to let y'all know right now. But I'm gonna tell you why I got Broncos. The reason being is Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo was on the Niners, I think that's it. I think you have it right. But the Raiders have been gutting their roster lately, right? And it's like, they brought back Josh Jacobs on that 1-year deal, which I think they need that desperately, right? But outside of Hunter Renfrow, they don't really have that many options. Jimmy Garoppolo is not the type of guy to elevate people. That's not him. He's not on that level of a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. He's not that guy.
He just throw it up to Adams, though, and let Adams do what he do.
I mean, but that's the problem, though. I don't think Adams wants to be there no more. And I think Devontae Adams is going to start shrugging his shoulders and not care no more. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think he want to be there either.
I think he kind of shrugged his shoulders. He stopped trying. I think so. I really do. I think that defense could be enough. Hunter Renfrow, as much as I like him, injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being too blind right now. But I think I think MVP Russ comes back. I think a guy like Sean Payton is gonna be like, yo, get your ish together. Okay. So just letting you know. So the deadline for Mike Evans, the contract thing, it came. And they're not gonna, extend at all. Yeah. Mike Evans he's chilling out. He's playing his last year. And by the way, big ups to Frankie, because Frankie just sent this to me. He's not coming back to Tampa. Like he's not like he's basically after this year, he's dipping. I'm out, and it is what it is. I'm assuming he doesn't care to be traded.
Yeah.
So he'll probably just, hey, let's ride out, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's
I don't think they should hold on hostage like that, man. I really do think they should. They already decided they're not gonna give him a contract. At least give him somewhere, let him go somewhere he got a chance to win, man.
Yo, Colorado, what a stuff.
You see that?
Ooh! Oh, and he escaped one tackle just to get caught by another. Oh my God.
I say, man, we gotta find a way out there, man. We gotta find a way out there, man. To see it live, man.
God.
Can you imagine how crazy when this game is over? Can you imagine how crazy it's gonna be for the rest of the day?
It's gonna be crunk, Yo. So and here's the thing. This is why I'm glad they have this as a 12 o'clock game. I love that. Game gonna finish probably what? About 3:30? You telling me I got like 6-7 hours to get blasted? Woo!
Because it's not a night game, so when this is over, they got the rest of the freaking day.
Yes. And it's a Saturday. So if you don't care about the NFL, you get blasted Recover Sunday.
Everybody's there right now, man.
I'm getting what? Yo. But media.
Can you imagine the campus? Just even the streets going in. All right, now. A good shot. Even the streets going into town. Can you imagine? Man, dude.
And by the way, it's legal for. It's legal.
You know.
So you know.
Hey, man.
Good drive.
Hey. That's what I was saying. Hey, check this out. If we was out there, I don't think we need a golf cart. Because it ain't like we're in the big metro city. We just need a golf cart, so something that's going to get us to downtown and back to campus, man.
Either that or give me a moped. I'm good either way. You give me something with wheels, and I'm good. I'm chilling. That's all I need, yo. We gonna be lit, boy.
The rest of the day.
Man. But I got Broncos. You got Raiders. The next 4 o'clock game, the greatest organization to ever grace God's green earth, led by the greatest coach / GM in the history of the NFL, the former home of the greatest quarterback to ever to grace God's green earth, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Yeah, they will be
the greatest franchise.
We're the greatest franchise of all time, led by the greatest owner of all time. I'll take that too. Give it all. I'll take it all. We are hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, last year's runner-ups. It hurt me to say this. It really did, because Tom's coming back. It hurt me. The pain and tears that came down my face, I think Philly winning. And it hurt me to say that. It hurt. Tears. Real life tears.
I can afford one gamble this week. I'm taking New England, man.
Say that one more time.
I'm taking New England.
Okay.
It's business, baby. It ain't perfect. It's business.
Give me. I want that. I want that, but man, I cried. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I cried. I was like, you don't understand. When I was doing the prediction, I skipped this game because I was like, be tough. And it's crazy because I go back and I have to type it, and I'm like, I don't want to. And it's crazy because like, my face must have been doing something because my daughter comes up to me, rubs my back, goes, "It's okay, Daddy," and I'm like, no, it's not. I wish you could understand. I was like, the pain that I'm going through right now is something immense, man. But begrudgingly so, I have to go with Philly. So you got New England. Yeah. Look, man, our defense is solid. And listen, we got Devontae Parker. We got Juju. Hunter Henry's expected to take more of a load. We got Zeke, who I think if we could put Zeke in the passing game, it'll be something. And this is the last time I'm going to see Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady Jr. in Gillette. It's moments like this that make me regret moving. But then I remember where I lived and, thank God I left. But I'm going to miss you, Tom. I love you.
Pull the violins out, man.
It was a great career.
I mean, it's good. I ain't going to say nothing about it.
No, he's not good. Don't do that. He's great. He's great. Don't do that to me.
What you mean?
Don't do that to me. He's great.
No, I was good. Hey, the man was what, a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick, 6th-round pick?
Last round.
Oh, so he's a 7th-round pick.
Yeah, he was. He was a 7th-round pick. He was the
7th-round pick, man. The man worked his way up. See, everybody love to say, "Oh, the lead, this, the lead, that." Nah, man, you gotta give a man his props. The man took care of himself first and foremost. Sorry. Oh wow, back the ball down, boy. Oh, he still caught it. What the hell?
Yo, you don't understand. I say, what the hell? Just like that when I see something. Why? wild. So it's just crazy. I was just about to say that. So to hear you say that, you don't understand, yo. Like that joint is hilarious, bro.
But nah,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I
on the real, you can't disrespect Brady. You can't disrespect them at all. I mean, there's nothing that you can say. You can't say that something was handed to him. Now you can say, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, now I never believe in that. The situation with the Raiders in the divisional playoff game that year. You know, that was a fumble. I mean, it is what it is, but
did they? Listen, I'm gonna do the Jared Goff route. Did they call it? Did they call a fumble?
I don't want to hear Jared Goff's name.
All right, I forgot he sold you out. He
sold me out. He needed 3 yards, man. Rushing yards, dude. And dude got 2 yards.
Oh,
use somebody else. Don't use his name this week, man. Oh wow. Okay. There we go.
Look. Oh. So special.
Hey man, we gotta go. Hey, we gotta do us a broadcast this one day, man.
You know what I'm actually thinking about doing right now? You know what? You know the truth? I think next week they play Colorado State.
We got a chance to go 3-0 before we hit them heavy. Oh, look at that, Pat.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to at least do a watch along for the week 4. Them and Oregon. We need to do this. We need to do this watch along, where it'll be just like this.
Let me see. I work next week, and week after that, I'm off. So I'm off for the Oregon game.
Well, if you're cool with it, I want to replace the show with a watch along, and we're gonna watch Colorado State and Oregon because that's gonna be a banger of a game.
Yeah.
And we'll just watch it. We'll talk. We'll kind of what we're doing right now. Yeah. We'll watch because I'm telling you, that game right there, I got circled because I'm telling you right now, that game right there, whether Colorado wins or loses, that right there is going to tell me if they're legit. Because I'm gonna love it. But we'll talk more about that. We're gonna talk. I
agree with you on that. But what was we at with the Patrick?
Right now,
I mean not Patrick, but I mean with Tom Brady situation. Yeah. I mean Tom Brady top 10 player of all time.
Top 1, but so I got Eagles. You got
as Patriots. A football player, you think he's better than Deion as a football player?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if we're taking quarterbacks out, and we're doing non-quarterbacks, Deion Sanders is the best non-quarterback player in the NFL history. And it's not even close. Like the gap
in my top 5, period. Regardless,
I'm with you there. I'm with you, including quarterbacks. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Me personally, I got Brady 1. I got Deion 2.
Okay,
that's me. But that's what I'm saying. Like when if you take quarterbacks out, Deion is up there. And when I tell you it's not even close, it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Respectfully.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Me and you both want to.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I want to stop and I want to look, but I want to keep on going. I'm gonna just say this: we are witnessing something special.
Oh yeah,
special. That's all I'm gonna say.
What we got next?
The next one: Rams at Seahawks.
Gosh.
I think Seahawks. I think all the injuries and the tax hell and all that stuff for the Rams, I think it's catching up to them. And I think this year they just become horrible.
And they ain't got no first round picks for like the next 5-6 years.
And that's why I think they're gonna start unloading to reacquire some of those first round picks. And it'll be late. But oh man, by the way, before Brady 1, Deion 2, KD 101st. I want you to understand something about Frankie. He hates Kevin Durant with a passion. So anytime he can disrespect Kevin Durant and make it seem like he's a bum or not great.
He said Kevin Durant 101st.
Yeah.
And tell him just for trying to be funny. Oh, wow. Tell him just for trying to be funny. That's why we're not paying attention. We'll appreciate the support, but I don't care about you got Brady number 1 and you got Deion number 2. All because you said that right there. See, you do stuff like that. See, if you want to say Durant top 15, all right, cool, however you want to put it. But you trying to be funny, man. Don't disrespect the man like that.
No, the thing is,
Don't do
he's
that.
not trying to be funny. He really, the hatred he got for Kevin Durant is something unlike anything I've ever seen. And I've had conversations with him, and I talked to him, and the hatred he got for Kevin Durant, it is
And
real.
why is that? What's up with the hatred, man? Just explain that much to me.
Frankie, explain yourself, bro. I'm not even going to, because the thing is, because when I explain why he hates him, he gets mad at me. He thinks, basically, this is the overall gist. He thinks Kevin Durant's overrated, right? And that he's not a leader, which, in terms of the leadership thing, I'm with him, because Kevin Durant himself said he ain't a leader, right?
I mean, the great ballers do we know that they're not great leaders? What that got to do anything? Can you put the ball in the hole?
And that's what I'm saying. And then, so what he's been doing lately, his last year, his second to last year, no, it was his last year in Brooklyn. When they lost in the first round, they got swept by Boston.
Yeah.
And now he didn't really play well. He was his dad against him, and then in Phoenix this past year, KD didn't necessarily play bad. It was just I expected him to be better. So he's getting those two playoff series and pretending that Kevin Durant has been like that his entire career.
Hey,
So in essence, he's getting two of his worst playoff careers.
It's real right here. Kevin Durant having a bad season would be like you know I mean the players can play their best and still can't have a season, can't even compare it to Durant's bad season. Everything has a time and place, man. Listen to this and this straight up. Everything has a time and place in life, man. And that man took advantage of the best years that he gonna ever have, which is them Golden State years. And if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have got a third one in a row. Those are his best years. It was the best year of regular season and playoffs. Who was better during that time period? Everything got a time and place, man. And right now ain't his time. It's not his time right now.
And I know one of the things he says is that because he went to Golden State and got those two rings, which I'll be honest, I don't look at those rings the same. I don't.
I don't either. I don't.
I'm gonna be consistent here, right? I look at KD a little funny, right? But I will say this. To his credit, it's not like he joined Golden State and did nothing. He was still the highest scoring player on that team. He showed up and did what he had to do. So that's why I don't take those rings away from him completely. That being said, I do look at him a little funny. But Frankie and a lot of the people who are in Frankie's camp that hate Kevin Durant, they go, hey, without that, he has no ring, so he's a bum. And I keep telling people, it's not that he's a bum. Like, Kevin Durant can hoop. He a bum.
Right? See, we can't take away. I'm going to tell you this. We can't say because no one knows from what's going to happen from a second to the next. We don't know if he said, well, OKC, if they come back that next year and win it. Let's say, like, if they would have added a shooting guard that could actually put him in the corner and who can make a three consistently, or if they had a shooting guard who could make free throws. You know what I'm saying? So we can all go off if this, if that. But we got to tell the truth what it is, and what it is, you got him at 101. Name me 90 other players who would have did what he did in the finals.
I need you to understand something. He a Lakers fan, so he gonna say Derek Fisher. Watch.
Who?
He gonna say Derek Fisher. Watch. He a Lakers fan. He'll say Derek Fisher.
Now, listen. Why you allow him to say that?
See, because I'll be honest with you. I allow him because before we get to that point, man said, so you know, me and you, right?
When we talking about 90 players, listen, man.
He's being legit too. He's being serious. You know how for me, sometimes when I say something, you just go, all right, go ahead, say it. And you just kind of mentally check out because you're like, yo, I can't fight with you no more. Right? That's how I get with Frankie sometimes. It gets to a point where he's beating me down so bad. He's beating me down. He's got me exhausted and drained. And I'm just like, you know what, Frankie? Say as you wish. Say as you wish. And man will be out here talking about Phil Jackson was a better player. Like, this is a dude out, and he just beats me down. He beats me down to the point where I just go, every moment, man. And I'll disagree, but I'll just lean back and go, every moment.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. I've been hearing a lot of nonsense. That's not the word I want to use. I've been hearing a whole lot of nonsense this week.
The bull jive.
I don't even want to use bull jive. It ain't even worthy enough. Nah, not what this your platform, so I ain't gonna go crazy. If it was my show, it'd be straight there coming down. Ain't nowhere in the world. You gonna sit there and say some Derek Fisher. Don't get me. Yeah, Derek Fisher hit some clutch shots, but Derek Fisher not better than Nick Van Exel. Like, are you serious? Come on, man. And he a Lakers fan, right? Man, come on, man. I'll pull his Lakers card and tear it up in his face. Ain't nowhere in the world. You talking some Derek Fisher. Man, get out of here. You said 101st best player. Name me 90 other players who gonna play the way Kevin Durant did in the finals. That's all I want to hear.
Frankie, I'll make you a deal.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want you, Frankie, to type those names out and send them to me.
Yeah, please.
Next week, I'm going to read every single name right here in front of Unc. And I know he's going to say some good names. He'll say some good. Listen, there's going to be like, the Magic Johnsons, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. He's going to have some good ones in there, right?
Magic ain't doing that. Magic ain't doing that.
What? I think he could.
He ain't doing it.
You don't think so?
We are looking at the best efficient shooter ever. Magic is not doing it like that. Not in that style. Not in that style.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not pulling up threes because Magic.
I ain't saying that Magic couldn't take his place and win. I'm talking about the way Durant did it. That's what I'm talking about.
Basically averaging an efficient 30, basically.
Yeah. Clean across the board.
I think Magic could have done it. Now, I don't think he's doing it like pulling up threes, stuff like that. Obviously, it'll be how we always scored, kind of like, running the offense, layup, fast break, back to the basket type of stuff. I think
it would have been different. I don't see him getting 30 points. I see him getting having 19 points, 14 assists and 11 boards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the fashion, because anybody can step in and win. I'm talking about be that complete X factor. You got to go to some legendary scores. Now, see, this is about scoring. This ain't about being the best all-around player, like when it comes to rebounding and assists and playing the ultimate defense.
Scoring.
We're talking about scorers. Hey, man, if he do that, and if you see that list and you say, "Nah, Unc ain't with this," I can't. Please don't do it, because I know he gonna have Mike Jaminski on there or something like that. Tree Rollins. He gonna be real disrespectful. I ain't got time for that, man. Nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, we ain't doing that. I said he gonna have Pete Myers on there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah. So what he gonna tell me that Pete Myers was a great replacement for Jordan? Yeah. All right.
And it's funny because just to update, he said he didn't mean he was 101st. He meant there's 101 players better than Kevin Durant. He said I'll name you players from the
same
30s
thing. It's the same thing.
The 20s.
Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop before.
I want you to send me that list. I want to get Unc mad next week.
Nah, we not. Hey, you want to do me like that? I already got high blood pressure. You gonna do me like that? God dang.
No, I'll be honest. I'm gonna look at the list, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick 4 names and I'm gonna text them to you. And I'm gonna be like, "Oh, can you handle this?" And if you say no, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
Hey, tell my man I appreciate the support the show. It's all love. It's all a lot of fun. But hey, look, I ain't in the mood for that, man. I ain't in the mood. Now, if you want to tell me 10 players that's better than Kevin Durant, we can do that. Nah, man. Go ahead with that, man. Go ahead with that disrespect, man.
Oh, Lord. Next
to the football, man.
Next game, Dolphins at Chargers. I got the Chargers here.
Who's at the Chargers?
Dolphins. It's the Dolphins at Chargers.
I like the Chargers too because of the defense.
Yes.
I like Chargers because of the defense.
Because I think 6 weeks is good as what Jalen Ramsey's going to be out. He's going to be out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's going to hurt too, see.
That's going to hurt bad. And
Allen's coming back. And you already know what time it is.
Ooh, a healthy Keenan Allen? He about to spit on the league.
You
got Austin Eckler. And that was the problem for the Chargers last year. It was just injuries. But now that they're all coming together all at once, woo! It won't be a problem. So, yeah, and by the way, I will say this about the Dolphins. If Tua Tagovailoa gets one more concussion, you need to consider sitting him down and convincing him to retire. Because he had 3 bad ones last year. One of them wasn't even they didn't even pull him off the field or nothing, right? But man, one more, and you're gonna have to have a conversation with him, bro, because he gonna have CTE real early in his career, real early in his life, type of stuff, bro, with all these concussions.
Yeah, they gotta do the right thing by him. If that was to happen again, and start acting like everybody turn their heads and act like they don't know what the world going on. They didn't. Oh, I ain't know this. Or I ain't. Nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait with the last year. Do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying? If that happened, but I want him to be able to play all 17 this year. Let's see what they can get done. Cause just like the Jets last year, if they would have had some consistency at quarterback play, it might have been a different situation. Even in the playoff game, they might have had a different little outcome. So I mean, I want everybody to be as healthy as they can possibly be, man. But that's something you can't play with. I've suffered a head injury, and it ain't nothing to play with, man. It's something serious. So,
the last 4:30 game, the Packers at Chicago.
Soldier Field.
Yep, I got the Bears winning. I think it being a Soldier Field sure gives them an advantage. I think Justin Fields takes that step that everyone has been demanding he takes. I think he takes that step this year. Jordan Love, I think Jordan Love has I don't think he'll be horrible.
That's right, yeah.
That being said, I don't know, man. I just think Justin Fields, the Bears are starting to click in the right way. Because Ryan Poles has them, their GM Ryan Poles has them in a situation where we have a plan.
Yeah.
We're not just doing anything. There is a plan. Yes, it might take time, but there is a plan, and we're gonna do this. And I think with obviously Aaron Rodgers being gone and Green Bay trying to find a new identity, so to speak. Well, not really find a new one, but can we do the same thing we do with Aaron Rodgers with Jordan Love? Do we got to change some things, etc., etc.? I think all that stuff. I think it's gonna really put a formula where the first 6 games they're just trying to figure out what they want to do. So I got the Bears winning. I think it'll be a close one though.
Minnesota gotta be careful. Just for the simple fact, like we said about opportunity and time. Now that Green Bay has took some steps down, you would think this would be their time just to step up and I'll turn this next. But now you got a team who don't came out of nowhere like Detroit. And you might have a team like Chicago who try to make some noise in that north as well. So I mean, I got Chicago. I think that Fields to Moore is going to be like a great thing for them, and I think their defense is going to do enough to hold out Green Bay. I said for this home victory.
So we both agree Bears, right?
Yeah, we both got Bears.
I bet the 8:00 game. Dallas in New York to play the Giants. I got the Giants.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because I think you and I both agreed here. I think no, we didn't. Because I said they were gonna split with the Giants. You said they're sweeping the Giants. I think you said. I think it was the Giants.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Old school
I think you said,
style, yeah.
And I think you said you and Philly are splitting, and you and Washington are splitting. I believe that's.
I think I did. I think
I think I know for a fact you said you're sweeping the Giants. I can't remember if you said you're sweeping.
I got sweeping on Washington too. I think I got sweeping on Washington too. Yeah, because I had took it back.
Okay, because I remember. I remember we were going in depth in that conversation. So, but yeah, I think this is. I said this before. I think Cowboys wins the game against the Giants when they're at home, when they're in Jerry World, right? So since this one's in New York, I'm going to go with the Giants here.
So it don't matter that them beat them boys 10 times in a row?
No.
Okay, all right.
Well, listen, I think it's a different team this year. I think
their defense
is a little better. They're getting more help offensively. They're opening up the playbook, and now you're seeing a more confident Daniel Jones. So I do think it's kind of different. Now, if the Giants were on the same stagnant wave they've been on prior, then I think I'm with you, and I think they would sweep, right? But I do like the direction they're going in, right? So that's kind of why I think the Giants are going to be a little more of a legitimate problem this year. So
I got Dallas 28-17.
28-17? Okay, not bad.
I got us 28-17. I'm not just betting the Giants. I got the Giants to make the playoffs just like they did last year. I like when they added a tight end spot. If they was to go out there and just be like, hey, what's up with Mike Evans? That would scare me a lot. To have someone on the outside like that, someone who can get a jump ball for you. Someone. Oh, nice move. Dang, man. What the hell? Dang. Okay. Who can? It threw me off.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Don't even try. I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
You see, I'm a man with.
Like, oh, man. And I thought it was over. I really thought it was over after he threw that screen. I was like, oh yeah, that's a loss. And he said, "Excuse me, thank you, let me go."
Yeah,
like, woo.
Yeah, but I just think that they have improved. And I think their running game is going to be stronger. Than just, the whole thing is about Daniel Jones. What Daniel Jones going to do? I think when Daniel Jones is able to improvise and make plays with his feet, I think he's very dangerous. Oh wow, I like this. Cut back in. Nice block. Wow, my goodness, I felt that block. My damn shoulder hurt. Dang. Oh my goodness. But he just straight.
Oh
wow.
Lord.
My man should did at that point in time when he was about to encounter that big old lineman. He should have pulled out a shovel and just dug a hole and just hid till the play was over with.
You want to know what that haiku reminded me of?
What's that?
It reminded me of, remember when before he got hurt, when Derrick Henry was running, and it was when Josh Norman was with the Buffalo Bills, and he really tried to tackle him, and he almost picked him up. Yo, he literally picked that kid up, and he was like, "Yo, do me a favor, have a seat, sit down. Look at this. Picked them up. Sit your ass down, boy."
Man, that made the Undertaker mad. Man, the Undertaker been choke slamming dudes for decades. And Henry do it and just pissed them all the way off.
What's messed up is that offensive lineman, bro. When he looked at that little cat that he put him down, he was waiting for him to get up. He's like, "Yo, get up again." He's like,
"Whoa, oh my goodness."
Life is a simulation, man.
You see that, man?
We're not on this planet, bro. We're not on this planet. Like I don't get it. I'm watching the replay, by the way. And I'm still trying to understand how.
It's like the back of the ball hit the ground. It looked like it.
I think they'll take it back, but that is by far stupidly interesting. So close. What a play. It was a good try. But
hey, man.
Whew. We got one more.
Set the date for the Oregon game. We got to do the Oregon game.
110%. 110%. The last game.
All right, go ahead. Well, yeah, go ahead.
This is the Monday night game. The Bills at Jets. I got the Bills winning.
I got the.
And I think it's a shootout. I think. You going Jets?
I'm going Jets because how the Jets played them last year in the regular season, man. They played them tough. They just didn't have the correct quarterback play. And like we done discussed before, they don't need Aaron Rodgers to throw for 400 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns. They don't need it. They don't need that. They just need to run the ball, have someone to make key throws, to keep the chains moving, which keep the clock moving more likely. And that's what they need to do. Yeah, that ball hit the bat. You can see it good right there. Yeah, it hit the ground. Yeah, that ball hit the ground. Hell of an attempt to catch, though.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I got the Bills.
That's what I got.
I got the Bills. I think right now, the Bills are kind of in a situation where I think this is their last year that they can be looked at as legit before you need to start making some legitimate moves. Like, you're gonna have to start kind of, I don't want to say rebuilding, but retooling. But I think they do it. I genuinely believe that they could kind of, win the division again and all that stuff. But I will say, when it comes to the Jets, I think it's going to take a couple weeks for Aaron Rodgers to get accustomed to this new team. I didn't like this trade because by the time the new kids are all ready to step up and they're all in their prime, Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone.
Yeah.
So so unless you're using Aaron Rodgers as a stopgap So that way you can go and have Zach Wilson be ready. Maybe we'll talk about that when that time gets here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Jets still got a little bit of waves to ride a little bit before they start getting comfortable. So
yeah, okay. Word.
Yeah, I got the Bills. Oh Lord, Christ, man.
Yeah, they said the ball hit the ground, man.
Yep, which it did.
It
was close. It was the right call. At first, I couldn't really see it, but there was one angle that you could actually see the ball go down and hit the ground. I was like, yo, that's a beautiful angle right there. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun episode.
Man.
Yeah, man. Frankie, send me that list because I'm gonna send Unc 3 names, and if you can't handle those 3 names, Unc, we won't do it. We won't do it.
So, man. If I ever come across that on list in the street, best believe it's gonna get Timberland up for real. I'm gonna stump the hell out of it.
Oh Lord. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. Your boy be saying some stuff on there. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes and YouTube at Prideful Takes. We'll be back here next Saturday to talk more. And then after that, we will drop the date for that watch long, which I believe it's the 28th. Okay. I believe that's when Colorado plays Oregon. It won't be next Saturday, but the Saturday after.
So that's the 23rd.
Is it the 23rd?
Yeah, 23rd, yeah. The day of the 9th, yes, we'd be the 16th, and then we had the 23rd right there. So that's when they play Oregon. And then after that, they got USC on the 30th. So.
Which I'm watching that game too. Like I'm genuinely curious, man. Like that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm telling you this right now. But yeah.
The Oregon game, is that a home game for Colorado or the away?
Away.
Woo.
That's why I want to watch it. Because listen, Oregon, whether they're good or not, it's a hostile environment. It is a hostile environment.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting how they end up kind of playing around. So so like you said, they're going to be at Oregon, then home against USC. Then they're going to be away at Arizona State, home against Stanford, away at UCLA. November 8th. If Oregon State can continue, it's going to be Colorado and Oregon State, which that I think will be interesting. They end the year playing Utah, which I think will be interesting. So,
last I seen, Utah was in trouble right now to Baylor. Last I seen.
I'd see if they still are. I'll tell you right now. Yeah. Right now. Yep, still fourth quarter, but it's a close game. It's 13-6. So one touchdown and a field goal, it's a tied game. And then, or if they go for the 2-point conversion, whatever they choose to do. But
okay, word.
But yeah. Oh, you got any final words before we head up out of here?
Man, just another great week. When you get a chance today, man, I'd like to speak to you about some things, man. Checking out for some sponsors and stuff like that.
If anything, just give me a call at 3:30.
Okay, word. I got you on that. But I'm just like I said, another great show. It gets better and better and better. I appreciate you just having me on, man. Let me be a part of it.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you being here, Unc. So big ups to you for being here. It's been your boy Pride. We'll be back here next Saturday. Y'all already know what to do, baby. Be safe.
The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.